You are?
Yeah.
Always come up and told me you're live.
I don't think it always sends a notification.
It's about 10 seconds behind.
Oh, hello, James. How are you? Hi, Steve. How are you doing? Yeah, I'm well, thank you. So it's noon then, is it for James? Lunchtime? Have you had your lunch yet? What about you, Steve? Have you had your dinner yet? I've not had mine yet. Hi, John. How are you doing? Good evening, Lenny. Nice to see you. Hi, Diane. How are you? Oh, thank you, Linda. Thank you for being here. Hiya, Davey. How was your day? Yeah, it's been all right. Yeah, after the little trip with the invalid this morning, and I've got managed to get some the editing done for Sunday's video, so that's now been uploaded, and I'll release a little spoiler to that on Thursday evening or Friday, maybe sometime. Good evening, Tristan. How are you? Tea's done. What did you have? You know I'm nosy when it comes to food. Ooh, roast chicken. That sounds nice. Hi, Malcolm. Yeah, he's fine. He's just hobbling about at the moment. He's gone in the kitchen. I told him to come in here and but he wasn't having none of it. Hi, Peter. Good evening, Stephen. Oh, you're just eating your tea. What are you having, Diane? I get FOMO though if I find out people are having something nicer than me. Watch all the time. Oh, New Jersey. Wow. So is it noon where you are as well then, Linda? You're well on this crap. Yeah, Andy, isn't it? Awful day today. I hope everybody's staying well from the storm. And if you can stay inside, stay inside. It's been awful. Cottage pie. That is a proper winter warmer, isn't it? Nice. Somebody last night was having cottage pie on here. Hi, Helen. How are you? Scrambled egg. Very nice. Did you just have anything in it? Your scrambled egg, cheese, or tomato or anything? Question. What is more haunted, the north of England or the south? That's a great question, Matt. I'm probably not qualified to answer that. I mean, obviously, I explore a little bit more up north because that's where I am. So that's probably why I read more stories about what's happening up north. London's quite haunted, isn't it? There's lots of dark things gone on down there. I think it's all over the UK. I don't think I can side. Hi, Silent Forgotten. How are you? Toad in the Hole. It's a proper classic dinner. Jacket potato with chili from a tin. Very nice. North. Do you think north, David? Yeah. I really don't know. I mean, there's a lot of ghosts and haunted stories in going Scotland way on as well, isn't there? North. I don't know. I would presume that somebody somewhere has made a list of everything and you could maybe weigh it up north or south. Excellent today. I am well, thank you. I have managed to avoid the rain, so that's good. Went out this morning and didn't even bother with the umbrella, just put a coat over my head because I thought I'm going to lose this umbrella. Hi, Phil, how are you? Traveling tomorrow to Wiltshire for a couple of days. Oh, have a lovely time. That'll be nice. Good evening, John. How's things? So just to recap for everybody that has missed the first two lives, there's a reason that I'm doing this, and that is because I'm in this sort of boot camp YouTube challenge, and one of the things we have to do is do 3 vertical live streams before the 21st, but they said if we do it before tomorrow, because we've got this Zoom call thing happening tomorrow, then I think we get entered into tickets to win. We get entered into a draw to win tickets to the Brit Awards. So I was like, oh yeah, I'll give that a go. So the rules were that we had to do 3 vertical live streams. So that's why I'm doing this. I imagine they're going to explain to us why they've been trying to encourage us to do them. But it's been good fun. And I really appreciate you guys for coming on and getting involved and supporting me with it. And if I do win the tickets to the Brit Awards, then I will, of course, try and bring you along virtually. Thanks, Diane. Yeah, he's absolutely fine. He's just, I didn't say what was wrong with him yesterday because I didn't want, I try and respect his privacy because he doesn't really do a lot on social media and stuff. But he said, it's fine, Mum, you can tell people if they ask. So he had his toenail removed. They were going to do both of them, but they just did one in the end. I think he's got to go back for the second. So he's hobbling around, he's on desk duties at work, and he's not able to do any filming for me for the good, I think, for a good few weeks. So I'm gutted because he's a great little cameraman. Good evening, Flixo. How is Missy? She's fine. She's just lay beside me here on a blanket, fast asleep. That you are a workaholic. I'm not a Virgo. I am an Aries. Live streams are really good. Thank you, Tristan. And thank you, Linda. Yeah, good luck. I think there's about, I don't know how many people are in this draw for the Brit Awards tickets. There's only about 50 in our like little Zoom group, but there's probably, I don't know, there's multiple things happening across the YouTube platform. I don't know. Hi, David. How are you? Hi, Foggy Mountain. Painting. How is the masterpiece going, Phil? I still haven't gotten on to building that galleon. I ended up taking the dog for a walk instead. I won't be taking her for a walk tonight, though. It's absolutely treacherous out there. Just on a day today. Where do you live? Silent Forgotten. I thought, is it snowing where you are? No, snow has stopped. We've just got loads of rain, loads of wind. There's boxes blowing all up the street. It's crazy. Good evening, Bruce. How are you? Hi, Smokey. My daughter wants a toenail removed. Yeah, it's a bit grim. I mean, it's not a... I mean, he kept saying, oh, I'm having an operation soon. It's not... I said, I just don't think it's a real operation. I think they're just... I don't know. I've never had it done, so I'm going to let him milk it. I'm good, thank you, David. Yeah, I'm good. Aries are supposed to be fiery. I don't think I am fiery. I don't know. I don't think I'm very... I've always got loads going on. Sometimes I'm a bit over ambitious with things, and if I believe in something, I'm straight there for it. But no, I'm not an angry person. I wouldn't say. Ghostly legend in East Anglia called the Lantern Man. Ooh, that sounds good. Yeah, loads of rain in Wales, David. I'll be glad when it's the spring. Fiery Aries. No, I'm going to Google this because I didn't think that Aries were fiery. You're a Virgo. Okay, I'm sure. Good. You'll have to show us, Phil. What are you painting? Oh, you're in Canada. I think did you say this already? Got a few followers from Canada. Loads of snow. Well, I do like snow. It just makes everything look clean and beautiful, but we hardly ever get it. You're an Aries. Oh, Aries should stick together. Passionate about things. Yeah, you're also not fiery. Yeah, I didn't realise that was a thing. Your mum was an Aries, Stephen. Was she fiery? Sunday's video. Oh, yes. So Sunday's video is finished. I have literally about 5 o'clock. I think it finished uploading on YouTube. So I will get that scheduled to a premiere on Friday. I'll do a little update. But I'll give you some clues. I'll give you 3 clues. I don't really want you to guess, but I will give you 3 clues because you're here. So the first clue is it's in North Yorkshire. The second clue is it's about the story is about a town, And the story is about how this town went from being just a rural farming community to being like on the world stage. So we say it was like a global sensation. People rich and famous and royalty were coming all over the world to visit this town for a particular thing, which is what I'm going to talk about. And the third clue I'll give you is it really boomed in the Georgian and the Victorian era for this reason. I'm not going to say anymore. Right, okay. What else have we got on here? Oh, Davey, you're Aries too. Are you fiery? You celebrated your birthday. Oh, happy birthday. Sagittarius. Half man, half beast. I think my dad's Sagittarius. Pisces. And you can't swim. Oh, no, Diane. And you're terrified of water. That's not good. Aquarius. Who does most of the cooking in your house? Me or Adi? I would say it's 50-50. He's just sat here now. He's just watching football. I would say about 50-50. He's more patient with food than me. If we're doing cooking, I just chuck everything in and keep tasting it and hoping for the best. He's more meticulous and measures everything out and everything. If he's doing, say he's making, I don't know, some sausage rolls, everything's got to be matching, and I just like whack it in and yeah. So, but yeah, I would say it's probably about 50-50. He normally cooks more. He likes cooking traditional stuff, so he likes to do the Sunday roast usually. Pisces, love water. The best thing about water is they make beer with it. I like that. It isn't Betty's tea room. No. But you're close. Send you a video on Messenger. Yeah, of course you can. You're going to buy Gail a beret to resemble a French Renaissance painter. Ah. Yeah, you should. That'd be funny. Taurus. Ah, so what's your temperament supposed to be then, Bruce? Scorpio. I think Jack's a Scorpio. 80-20. Oh, is that you answering 80-20? So, or I cook more 80, you cook more 20. Yeah, that's probably about right. Too true, Smokey. I'm good, random audits. How are you? Doing any more RAF ghost stories, please? Yes, I would like to do some more. I think I've pretty much exhausted Lincolnshire now. I do really want to go to Scampton, but like I said on the live last night, it's not available to do that anymore because it's empty, and I think they're trying to make it into refugee accommodation. I don't know if there's been some upset with the council and stuff, so I'm trying to get hold of a contact number or name for somebody that can help me get in there. But if not, then I'm going to try and do some different RAF bases. Maybe some. I think there's one in not far from Doncaster that somebody mentioned. Anyway, I'll have a look. Thanks, Stephen. Yeah, it's been pretty cold recently. I think it'd be nice to do some indoor ones. Hi, Miss Goozy. How are you? Just been eating lasagna. Hi, Taz. How are you doing? Sorting clothes out for Friday. What's happening Friday, dare I ask? You're not having a good look at the moment, are you? Hi, Groucho. No, you haven't missed too much. I've not got onto what I was actually set a promise to do. I mean, when you set up these vertical live streams, apparently you're supposed to give people a reason for why you're coming on and what you're going to talk about. So I thought, what am I going to talk about? So I wrote, I thought, I'll do 5 things that I do every time I make a YouTube episode. So if anybody's thinking about making their own channel, or if anybody's already got a channel, I mean, I'm not saying I'm an expert by any means. There are probably a million, billion, squillion other YouTubers out there that are far better than I am. But just from what I've learned in my time on here, the 5 things that I know I have to do for every single video for it to work. So I'll tell you number 1. I'll tell you a couple, and then I'll read some comments. So the first thing, obviously, I do is I research what the story is going to be about. So I normally get an idea in my head It's normally about 3 o'clock in the morning. I'll wake up and I'll go, oh, that'd be really interesting. So I get an idea. It's either popped in my head or one of you guys have recommended it, in which case I would always say that on the video, or thanks to whoever. And then I normally do go on YouTube and see if anybody else has already done this story lots of times before. If they have, I usually think, maybe I won't do that. I'll look at the sort of stats behind it and think, is it worth putting all my energy into this? If it's not that well known, or I think there's still potential for to bring more to the story, then I then go and absolutely research it like crazy. So some of the stories take a lot longer to develop. So for example, the Albert Pierpoint video, which was, if you're new to the channel, that's Britain's #1 hangman. That took quite a while to research because I had his autobiography to read, and then I did look at some other articles and stuff online, and so that stuff, some stuff takes like months to research. Other stuff I research in a couple of weeks, or even maybe sometimes just in a couple of days. So choose my topic, then look at the analytics to see if it's whether my audience will enjoy it, then research it like crazy, and then what if I wrote down here? Yeah, so sometimes if I can't get enough information on the internet or in a book, then I might even then go and visit a museum and try and get more information. So for example, for the Yorkshire pit disasters, I spent a full day at the National Coal Mining Museum in their library, and I was really fortunate to meet a fantastic chap there. He was an ex-miner. He gave me so much information that I would have never found in a book. He was just a fountain of knowledge. And then he gave me a little private tour of the National Coal Mining Museum. So he was amazing. So sometimes if something like that happens, it really, really helps the story because I can get a bit more out of it. So that's #1. So that's the first thing I do, is the research. That usually takes between one day to sometimes weeks and weeks and weeks. And then the second thing I do is I write a script, because if I don't write a script, I mean, some people say, Claire, just go and ad-lib it. I could do that, but I just think the end production would be absolutely awful for you guys, because I do have a habit of waffling and I would lose the point. So I write a script so that I can try and be consistent. And on the day when I'm filming, I only have a short amount of time. So I'm trying to remember what I'm saying, so I'm not just going off on a tangent and saying stuff or missing stuff out that I'll get back to my computer and be like, oh, I forgot that bit. So the script is really important. And then once I've written it, so I start off by writing a structure. How am I going to present this video? So what sort of order shall I do it in? So do I do it, if it's a history one, do I do it in the timeline order of the events, or do I do it in which way things have happened, like, shall I put all this together in there? Anyway, so I work out the structure, then I write the script, then I read the script a few times to make sure it actually sounds all right, and then I have to try and remember it before we go out and start filming. So that's quite a lot. Let's have a look. Right, so I'm going to just read through some of your messages, because I have been neglecting you all. So more castle ghost stories. Castle, yeah, I've got a list actually of some castles, so I will try and do some castles. Yeah. You're a Leo. Didn't know there was an overt and a recluse type of. I'm good, thanks, Miss Goosey. Yeah, a haunted castle would be amazing. Okay, haunted castles. Yeah, the cold is a bit miserable, isn't it? Oh, I'm sorry, Taz. Is it Friday, the funeral? Oh, shit. Oh, thank you for enjoying the Sheffield Cemetery video. That was an interesting one to research as well. I'm going to do some more cemetery videos in different towns. So if you know of any, I have got a little list in my mind of ones that I'd like to do. If there's any in particular and you think, oh, there's some really interesting graves, especially of the Victorian, because I do like the Victorian history, then just drop me a message or a comment or something, and I'll have a look at that. Oh, thanks, Philip. Yeah, I mean, the research does take a long time. I think sometimes people think I know everything. I don't know anything. I don't know a lot of the stuff until I start researching it. I am not a history teacher or anything like that. But one of the good things about this channel is, I said to Adi the other day, even if this all doesn't work out and, you know, I have to call it a day, one thing I can always take from this is that I have learned so much that I wouldn't have been learning if I hadn't have A, had the motivation and the purpose to make the videos to learn, or B, if I'd have been doing the job that I was doing sort of 3 years ago, I just wouldn't have had time to do all this research. So it's really, really been nice for me as well to learn stuff. Right, where are we? Yeah. Everybody loves a haunted castle and a lighthouse, yeah. Haunted lighthouses. Yeah, I think we did one, didn't we? I'll have to try and find some more. Oh, thank you. Yes, they are from the range, I think. They're from the range, these, Adi. These curtains. TK Maxx? No, not TK Maxx. The range or Dunelm, one of those. I love the Sheffield Cemetery. Oh, did you not know the catacombs were at Sheffield? It's interesting that how so many of them are empty. It just seems like a bit of a waste. Oh, it seems like the patient in there's dropping all his knife and forks on the floor. Haunted Isle of Wight. That would be interesting. That would be quite a trek for me. I would have to plan that and budget that one out. Good on you for doing it. Thank you, Linda. I appreciate that. Hi, comic book guy. How are you? You're not having much luck, are you, Taz? Bless you. Hopefully, the rest of the year will be better for you. Oh, really? Saw the ghost ship? Ah, wow. Oh, somebody from Alabama. Wow, how far away is that? Oh my gosh, that's amazing. I love seeing how far people are watching from. Haunted railway stations, that would be good. I'd love to do that. That's another one on the list. Shall I go from? Oh, thanks, Tim. I hope so. That would be good. To be fair, I looked normally on New Year's Eve, I always write a little thing down of things that I would hope for the lollowing year. And then I will look at it the next 12 months and go, oh, did that happen? And I found the one that I made in the beginning of 2025. And it said, I hope my channel is at 10,000 subs. And it was at 25,000. So I was like, oh, yay. Oh, thank you, Peter. Oh, you saw the miner ghost. Wow. You see a lot of ghosts though, don't you, Taz? Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed the Albert Pierpoint one. I think that's been my #1 video so far. It did really well, much better than I actually expected. They're off Amazon. Ah, were they similar to this then? In the London area. Wow, is that how far it is to the Isle of Wight from London? East Lancashire railway station is very haunted. Ah, okay. From April, the ghost walks start in Bury, do they? What about ancient stone circles and sites? Stonehenge, yeah. That would be good. Could have a look at those. Don't know if you've watched the video I did on the Druids Temple. That is a Victorian reconstruction of the ancient circles. But yeah, to be totally honest with you, that part of history is not something I am as familiar with as my mind likes to go more to Victorian, and I like World War II history. But I'll go back. I'll keep going back. Peak District. I think you will only go to more and more popular. I think you will go. Oh, thank you, James. You're so sweet. The video was so interesting. Oh, did you enjoy that one? Yeah, when I read the story, I thought I need to do a video on this. This is bizarre. Right, I'm going to I'll move on to minutes just so I don't run over too much of your time. I'm going to go on to, so I was saying to the 5 steps of producing a YouTube video. 5 things I definitely always have to do. So the first one was research. The second one was the script. So the third one is, of course, the actual filming day, which usually I try and film. It usually just takes one day. But I obviously have to try and look at the weather forecast. If I'm planning to go somewhere quite further afield and I've got to have a hotel or I've got to get trains and stuff, sometimes you have to just take a gamble with the weather. What else? I wrote some things down. I knew I'd forget. I also usually try and rope somebody in to come and help, because I could just go with my selfie stick. However, I just think the presentation looks better when you're watching the videos if somebody comes and helps me film, because they just stand there with the camera for the bits that I'm recording, and I just think it looks a bit more professional. But there are times when I get that I can't do that because there might not be somebody to help me, so I have to use the selfie stick. But usually, Adie's been out and you love to help with a few. Jack's been helping, but obviously now he's toes out of action. That is not going to help for a while. My mum's been helping sometimes. My dad even came on 1 or 2. So I usually try and rope somebody into helping. Next door neighbours actually offered to help as well, so that was lovely. A lot of my family don't like the haunted stuff, so trying to rope them into the haunted stuff is a bit trickier. So next door neighbour was like, oh, I'll come, I like haunted stuff, so I'm going to hold her to that. So the third step is the filming, which it does have lots of things entail, and then obviously, like I said last night, sometimes I have to get permission from places to film before I just rock up. So there's quite a lot. And then equipment wise, it's usually my mobile phone, and most of my recording is done on my mobile phone. And I've got DJI, which I sometimes use if it's more of a walkthrough situation. Adie did buy me a drone for my Christmas present, but I've not even dared to take that out of the box. And then I've got my microphones, and I think that's it, isn't it? And you always use the same backpack usually because it's my favourite. So that's pretty much filming day covered. And like I say, usually it happens on one day. The video on Sunday has actually been taken over 2 days, because the first day we went out filming, absolutely just started chucking it down with rain. Went and bought an umbrella. It was still chucking it down with rain. It was rain coming from all directions. The phone was getting wet. The microphone was getting wet. So I'm gonna have to get back in the car, come back and do it another day. So that one's been filmed over 2 days. Sometimes just the way it happens. So right, I'm just gonna so that was the 3 things. I'm just, before I go on to 4 and 5, I'm just very quickly just see the messages that I've missed, because I hate being ignorant. A ghost walk where you end up in a pub. That sounds like my sort of ghost walk. In Bury. It's been a while since I've been to Bury for a pub crawl. Which station, Taz? You love UK history more than any other. The churchyards, ghost castles, the famous people. It's all fascinating. Have you been to the UK? That's my next question. Back now, having fish pie for dinner. Ooh. got a house full just walking past me now. Sorry. It's all right. Did I like history at school? No, I absolutely hated history at school. I usually spent my time just looking out the window. I don't know why I didn't enjoy it. And it's a shame, really, because I feel like if I had enjoyed it, then I would have really done something like further with it. But no, I didn't enjoy it, I'll be honest. Neighbours knocking on the door. Am I talking too loud, Phil? Is that why? Oh, nice to see you. Hope to see you on Sunday. Yeah, ignore them. Ignore them. It's like that. What was that meme when it said the neighbour was knocking on the door? So they shouted, what was it? The neighbour's knocking on the doors. So I shouted, have a little, because I was playing music too loud. The neighbour started knocking on the door, shouted, have a little respect. And he said, I don't know if I've got Aretha Franklin, but I'll try. I don't do requests or something. I told that joke terrible. My train station is called East Lancashire Railway in Bury Town. I will ask my friend, she lives in Bury. The Hound of the Baskervilles was on again last night. Do you know, that's really funny you should say that, because the book that I'm reading at the moment, I'll show you. I showed it this morning. This is one I'm just flicking. I've got about 6 books on the go at the moment, but this is one I've just been flicking through, and there's quite a lot in here about Arthur Conan Doyle. They're all different little excerpts about different ghost stories, and there's lots of ones from, is it the SPR files from the society that collect the supernatural. So yeah, Arthur Conan Doyle, he was a massive believer in the supernatural. I think he used to do like seances and stuff as well. So oh sorry, I thought you were going as well, Lenny, when I saw a goodbye. So you're going on a ghost walk Thursday night? Oh, that'd be fun. Drone footage will be amazing. I think you have to, there's laws you have to follow. So I need to check on that. But for example, when we did the filming at that church, that Devil's Church in Skidbrook, we would have been able to get round with a drone. And because obviously there was all the fencing and stuff up, and we said, oh, if we'd have had a drone, we'd have been able to do that. So I think that's why he bought me the drone for Christmas. Hi, hello. You never miss the videos. Ah, never mind, Bernadette. Watching's good enough. But thank you for watching. Oh, is there documentaries about Conan Doyle? Ah. I've just been informed that Doncaster Rovers are just kicking off.
Not yet.
Not yet, no. Who loves biology? I have to guess you guys are having your own little conversation, which is absolutely fine. You've never been to the UK? Hoping to go this year or next? Really want to see Westminster Abbey and Highgate, visit George Michael, yeah, among much more. Oh, well, I could give you a list of places that you should go to, depending on what you're interested in. I hope you managed to make it. There are some fab places in the UK. Good book to read. Angel Meadows, about the slums in Manchester. Oh, thank you. I will check out that book recommendation. You love history, but specifically local history. Okay, so where are you from, Andy? Spent many of my history lessons around the back of the tennis courts with Sally Ball. Local history is great. What is your drone action for the Holocaust Memorial? Is it somewhere you would want to go? Are we talking about like Auschwitz? There are very strict laws on drones. I thought there were, yeah. I mean, when drones first came out, so like we're talking a long time ago, do you remember when you could buy them as a toy? And we ended up buying them for the boys, and I think we lost about 5 in the tree. So, and it was me most of the time trying to help them out with it. So I don't trust myself with this drone. So I'm waiting for somebody else to help me get it out the box and give me a lesson. I do like Roman and Viking history is cool. Yeah, I'm hoping to get to Lindisfarne at some point this year. Oh, thank you, comic book guy. Thank you, comic book guy. That's really appreciated. You'd love a video about train stations. There is a train station coming up in Sunday's video, actually. It's not the whole story, but it is a little bit of the story. You'd be chuffed, would you, Adi, with the train station video? Yeah, the dad jokes are coming out now. Hi, Steph. Ah, take care, Peter. Oh, what am I doing? Right. Sunny but cold. Hi from sunny but cold BC. Where's BC? Am I being stupid? I'm a sensitive family who passed on visiting me. Oh, Sam. Leicester. Oh, okay. So have you got any really cool local history stories from Leicester? Hi, Antonio. How are you? Yeah, does it scare you, Sam? We asked Taz this the other day. Hi, Alan from Sheffield. Hi, Joe. I explained before. Where did you get your name from? Your YouTube channel? Oh, all right. Okay. So, my family always say that I suffer from wanderlust, meaning I'm always wanting to go to new places and see new things. And I'm a bit curious, I'm a bit nosy. So the term wanderlust was sort of the idea. And then I just thought, well, the wanderlust way, it's like a way of life, isn't it? Being a wanderluster, being curious, always wanting to go and see things and visit places and explore and stuff. So it's the wanderlust way. And originally the channel, I didn't have a set idea of what I wanted the channel to be. I thought it would go in a travel direction. So I started by sharing, I think the first video was a hotel in Tenerife that I put on. And then I think the next one, so there were those sort of videos, and they did all right. But then I put on a video about the haunted pubs of Haworth. How I always pronounce this wrong. Haworth, which is where the Bronte sisters are from. And that video did really well. So I thought, oh, right, okay. Well, I love ghost stories anyway. So I thought, well, I'll do a few more. And I just sort of dripped them into the channel every now and then. So I'd still do my travel, and then every now and then I'd put a ghost story in. And then the ghost stories were just doing so much better. And the history ones were doing, the ghost stories always do better than everything, usually, than the history ones. But I do like dark history. I don't know why. I'm probably a bit morbid. But I think it's important that all history is told. A lot of it gets forgotten about, especially when we were doing those Yorkshire pit disasters last summer. I couldn't believe how there wasn't that much on the internet about it. So I just sort of took it on as a little mission to myself to go and do it. But yeah, so the Wanderlust Way, that's where the name came from. But it's not really, I'm not doing travel on this channel anymore. I have, if you're new, I have opened a second channel now, which travel stuff will just go on there, but it's not going to be regular. It's just going to be as and when I go somewhere and I think this is worth making a video of. My senior school was located not far from Belgrave Hall, which did its national news, its ghost recording on CCTV, but sadly this has been disproven as the ghost. Oh, right, okay. Well, I don't know about that, because there have been lots of shadow people seen that have been way over 7 foot tall. What do I do for a living? So technically, I am a web designer. That's my actual job. I am self-employed, so I do it on a my brain's gone dead, like a contract thing. So somebody asks me for a website, and then I'll build them a website. But and then I do social media marketing for a small number of clients. And what I've done is I've slowly started dropping people off. So and trying to build up the YouTube channel, because I just don't have time to do everything. So I've got a select number of clients for my social media marketing, and just a small number of web projects that I'm working on. And AD is helping with too. He's always sparked up now. Yeah, I think we've got one website being built at the minute, and I think AD's been doing a lot more than, well, you've been doing all of that one, haven't you? Family who have past visited me, I'll be floating around the house with them soon after. Oh, Torksy for Vikings. Okay, I'll have a look at that. If you do Woodchester Mansion, let me know. I could help with filming. Thank you, Matt. Drop me an email, because what happens is I get all these messages and then I forget. Oh wow, hello from Denmark. You don't find it frightening? That's good then. Never liked tennis. I couldn't stand the racket. Hey, boom. It don't scare me having gifts. You pick things up. Sometimes you can touch things and see the past or smell. I think they say that spirits coming through smell is one of the easiest ways for them to come through. Is that right, Taz? Thank you, Lenny. I thought, well, I really didn't know about the name, but we just rolled with it, and yeah, it stuck. And I think it's still relevant, even if it's not all travel channel. Oh, that's sad, Dan. And pastilles are great as well. Oh gosh. Thank you, Tristan. Yeah, we were talking about black-eyed children last night, weren't we? I subscribe to 3 supernatural channels, including yours. Oh, thank you. Is Adia your junior office boy? Yeah, he must be. To be fair, he's much better at numbers than me, so he's been doing all the accounts while I've been not. Well, I think just moving stuff up. Back in the 80s, I saw an interview with someone. Sawney Bean's Cave, yeah, that's up near Edinburgh, isn't it? I would like to do that one, definitely. That's on the list. Right, so I started digressing. So we were talking about the 5 things that I always do for every YouTube video. So the first thing we said was research. Second thing was the scripting. The third film was the day of the actual filming. And then the fourth one is, of course, the editing process, which usually involves most of my files will be on my phone. So I have to then get them off my phone onto a hard drive, off the hard drive onto my laptop. I then split them all up. So I put photos in one folder. I put horizontal videos in one folder for YouTube. And then I put vertical videos in another folder. Therefore, if I'm making shorts or if I'm making a reel or anything like that. So split the folders. Then I have to go through every single file and I name it so that it makes it easier in the long haul. And also, if you have got your own channel, this is a little bit of a tip. By naming those individual files, it's supposed to help with the algorithm to push your video out in front of other people. So if you're using keywords, for example, if you were doing a video, say on Albert Pierpoint, if you make sure that you name some of the files in that folder, like executioner or execution room, or that sort of thing, then it certainly doesn't hurt to try these things. So because of my background in web design, obviously I know about certain sides of SEO, which is the search engine optimization. So they do help. And it seems to be fairly similar with YouTube. I try and follow these strict rules and then it sort of helps. So once I split my files up, then I get my editing software on. I put all the files in that I need. Then I film all the voiceover from the script. And I just start then piecing the video together. And that can take anything from, depending on the length of the video, sometimes it can take probably the least amount of time it would take would be about 5 hours. Sometimes it can take a couple of days, depending on the length of the video. So, for example, the one I did for Sunday, I started it yesterday at 9 o'clock in the morning. I worked through till 6. Non-stop. I don't have a lunch break. I know I'm bad. And then I got up again this morning, took Jack to the hospital, came back. So I was back here for about 10:30. And then I've been sat at my desk again, finishing it off until 5 o'clock tonight. Now, don't get me wrong, there has been a bit of procrastinating in between that. So there's been cups of tea, there's been biscuits, there's been like doing a few emails and answering some messages and comments and stuff like that. But yeah, so it can take like sometimes 2 days to edit a video. So that was the step number 4. And then once you've edited it, you've got to watch it all back. You've then got to make sure it works, and the sound and everything. I try it on with the sound with the headphones, sound through the laptop. Then you download it and then upload it to YouTube. So right, let's go back and have a little look at your messages. Right, we were at Taz. I was reading about Taz and he's picking up on his spirits. Oh no, I've gone a bit too far now. Right. So remember watching Strange But True, and woman remembers departing before brought to go back and round her body, and she was floating above her body. I love Strange But True. Often watch that on YouTube. And what's the other one? Believe It or Not. I like that as well. We had some great shows in the 90s. Sounds like a good work-life balance. Used to live in was haunted, and I tried to help my neighbour. CPR on her husband, and despite everything that was tried. Oh, oh wow, that's sad. Would I consider podcasting alongside your somebody? I've had a few emails about doing podcasting. I don't know if I'd have time. I don't know if I'm knowledgeable enough either. I'd probably just start waffling. Have you watched the Y Files? No, I haven't watched that. What's that about? Oh, thank you, thank you. Groucho knows the score. Do you have an inventory of videos ahead of release? So yeah, sometimes if I'm sort of organized, then like when I was doing the Halloween videos, I went out and I actually filmed back to back 4 days in a row. So I had a bit of time because I knew Halloween's my favorite time of year. So I knew I needed time to do the things that I wanted to do at home, which is decorate the whole house, inside and out. And so I had to get organized and ready. So I do, that was sometimes I was about 3 weeks ahead of myself then. So I was really excited. I always have in the back of my mind what my next few videos are going to be. Just because of that, I need time to research, I need time to get permission to film, I need time to book hotels, find somebody that'll come and film with me, that sort of thing. So I do sort of have a list of what I'm going to be doing. So I think I said last night, I'm up to about March now, beginning of March, with what I'm going to do. So I need to start then deciding what I'm going to do after that. But they're the videos that I've got. At the moment, I've literally just got one video finished, and that's going to be going on Sunday. They need to bring shows. They do need to bring shows back from the 90s. There's not that many TV shows that I watch anymore. Strange but True is great. Believe it or not, it's great. They are all great. I did like Most Haunted, and I was an avid viewer when it first started. Again, that seemed like years ago. And then when that whole Derek Acora thing came out about him being a fraud, I was like, I'm not watching this anymore. So I haven't watched it since then. No question, but what upcoming horror movies are you looking forward to the most? I don't know what's coming up. What's coming up? The only two movies that I said I'd like to go and see is the Wuthering Heights one, which is coming up on Valentine's. Only because I like the Bronte sisters, and there's the William Shakespeare one. I want to go and see that one. But I don't know. I don't know what horror movies are coming up. Y Files is similar to your channel, but they usually debunk the story afterwards. Ah, I'll have a look at that. Yeah, they did. He did. I mean, I don't like to talk ill of the dead, because Derek Acora is, of course, no longer with us. However, it was all a little bit orchestrated, wasn't it? And then I don't like that when people pretend to be hearing voices and stuff, and then they don't, because all that does then is discredits the people that do hear it or they are experiencing it, and then you don't know who to believe. And yeah, I've got really annoys me now. First cover of the channel when you did the first RAF haunted airfields. Oh, thank you. Oh, that's really nice to hear. Like I said earlier, I'm going to try and do some more RAF ones, because I love World War II history. That your show is based on telling the history and ghost stories instead of trying to hunt. Yeah, I'm never gonna be a ghost hunter. Well, number one, I haven't got the equipment. Number two, I wouldn't know what I was doing. And number three, I think there's so many other channels doing that. So I'll leave that to the experts. What place is on top of the list that you want to visit? Because you have a lot of YouTubers that are coming on very interesting places, but which is your favourite location with a history behind it? Ooh, what that I haven't filmed yet. I want to visit. Right then. Well, one of the places I'd like to visit, and I don't know if I'll ever legally be allowed to go there, but I'd like to go to Poveglia Island, which is a little island off the coast of Italy. And it was a quarantine island for plague victims. Loads of dark history there, and it's supposed to be massively haunted. So that is one place I would like to go and explore. That's in so that's in Europe. In the UK, where would I like to go? I'm hoping to do Hellfire Caves. I'd really like to do that, but I know I'd have to get permission for that. Did do a good episode in 30 East Drive. Yeah, there's been a lot, hasn't there, that have done 30 East Drive. I think the scariest one I saw of 30 East Drive was when, was this most haunted? When they had a knife sticking out the sofa. That was World War II bunkers disappeared in Wolsey Woods. I was amazed actually when I started looking at how much World War II aviation buildings were still there. Be careful, it's a dangerous thing you're doing. Yeah. Yeah, well, I certainly am not getting Ouija boards out or asking for spirits. I'm literally going to places and telling the story. So I know it can be a dangerous thing, and I do try to be careful. And like I said the other night, that's why I don't do paranormal week after week after week, because it's a dark subject. You could visit true crime scenes as well. I could. I wouldn't want to do true crime scenes that were that the families of the victims were still alive. That's the only thing that worries me a little bit, because I wouldn't want to upset anybody. Most Haunted are banned from 30 East Drive. Ooh, why is that? There's a new vampire film coming out. Oh, yeah. I do love a vampire film. I don't think they've brought a decent vampire film out since The Lost Boys, but that's just me. Seen an interview with Derek Accorder's widow. It made me look at that situation in a very different light. He wasn't treated very well. Oh, right. Okay, Diane. Well, there are always two sides to every story, aren't there? You'd love to visit the haunted American Civil War battlefields. I tell you where I'd like to visit as well is the Winchester Mansion. That's California, isn't it? Paveglia would be good, wouldn't it? I don't think you're allowed on though, are you? Biggin Hill Airfield. That was most haunted. Was it most haunted with the knife? Yeah. See, I don't trust them now. That's the only trouble. So was that knife thing real or not? But if it was real, then that's very scary. There's a horror movie thriller, Send Help, that comes out on February the 5th. Ah, okay. I'll have a look at that. You have a fantastic night as well, Taz, and all the best for Friday, because I probably won't see you or speak to you before then. David, I love your videos, Claire. My wife and I love Edinburgh and went on an amazing ghost history tour there recently. Who did you ghost tour? Can you remember? We got some great guides in Edinburgh. Every building and pub that has a story. Yeah, I have been to Edinburgh quite a few times. I absolutely love it. And to be fair, it's a place that I would happily live. We were talking the other night because we went up to Edinburgh for my son's 18th birthday, and I was in charge of booking the accommodation, and it was during the Christmas market week. So there was not a lot of accommodation left, and I managed to find this house, and I was like, this is really cool. It's not expensive, and it's in a great location. And when we arrived, we found out that it was actually it was built on top of an ancient burial ground. And yeah, it was pretty obvious it was as well, because there was graves in the front and there was graves in the back when you looked out the windows. So my family, not being interested in that sort of thing, well, let's just say I'm not allowed to be in charge of booking accommodation anymore. And it was a really spooky trip. Lots of weird stuff happened when we were in that flat. Lost Boys is a great film. Being respectful is important. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the original Lost Boys. Hi, Tristan. How are you? All good here? Elvis Presley, Graceland. That would be good. They faked the episode when it came to light. So that knife scene on the sofa was absolute nonsense then. That's annoyed me, that. Sorry, but I'm going to have to go. No problem, Diane. Hopefully I will see you on Sunday. And once again, thank you so much, Diane, for becoming a member. That really helps me out. What horror film scared me the most? I'm going to say The Exorcist. When I first watched The Exorcist, when I was a kid, I actually thought that I was going to end up possessed. And every bad thought that came in my mind, I thought that's the devil coming and he's going to possess me and all these terrible things are going to happen. So that's watching it as a child. Now watching it as an adult, I just see the pea soup. But it did scare me the most as a child. Interview with a Vampire. That is a good film. Yeah, that's is that Tom Cruise and what's his name? Brad Pitt. Thank you. Yeah, I've not seen it for a long time now. Yeah, bye, Diane. Meerkat Toys. Meerkat Tours. Who did we book up? Have we done 2 Edinburgh tours now? Did you go in the vaults? Did you? We did. I think we did an extreme paranormal. Did we do an extreme? Did you go underground into the vaults, into that cholera room? Start watching Most Haunted when they released the episode where Derek was apparently possessed by a spirit in a cell and ran out of the cell ducking to avoid the lobbying. Yeah, I think a lot of people lost faith in Most Haunted. One show I do enjoy is Uncanny. I do like that one. Unfortunately for Derek, nobody told me. Huh. You've been to the Winchester house. Oh, wow. What was it like? The Exorcist was scary, yeah. I think when it first came out, yeah. Yeah, what's that other film I watched not recently with the clowns? They went because my son made me watch it because it was a vlogger and she went into this scary house because somebody had been murdered or something, and then all these clowns started coming out and it was absolutely terrifying. Rob from the podcast, how haunted, did a podcast on Paveglia Island. Did he go? Did he get to go? Because that would be good. I think I'd be happy just going on a boat nearby. So Carl fell backwards at the top of the stairs. You can see, yeah. VHS was 20s. The Exorcist, yeah. Well, that must have been scary watching it on your own. We have a ghost of a witch that haunts the woods around the Peterborough Lift locks. The locks are a historic boat lift listed on the national. Wow, that sounds interesting. So I think I'm up to date with comments. So I'll very quickly finish this off. So we were doing the 5 things that I always do when I'm making a YouTube video. So 1 was research, 2 was script and remember it, 3 was the filming, 4 was the editing. So obviously once it's uploaded to YouTube and it's ready to go, and then I set it to Premiere. And the reason I do set it to Premiere is because it's a way of getting together with you guys and having a chat with you on it every week. So once I've done that, then I think it's important to communicate. So the 5th step is always communicate. So I will use Canva to create a thumbnail, and then I always do a Premiere post which goes on the social media channels. So it goes on the Facebook, on the Instagram, and then on the community tab on Facebook, and that's basically telling everybody that what the new video is, what it's about, and then just reminding them that it's the premiere Sunday morning at 10 a.m. If you're not new to the channel, then you know that all the premieres are always Sunday morning at 10 a.m. and they have been for evermore, amen. I think when we first started the channel, it used to be on a Thursday night. Now Sunday morning seems to work well for people, so that's what we do. So yeah, then it's just communication, letting you guys know that it is coming live, and then that's pretty much it. So there is the 5 steps. I could give you loads more, but I'm not going to bore you to snores. Right, and we're nearly at an hour, and I really didn't want to take this much time off you. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to finish reading these last comments and replying, and then I'm going to have my dinner. House was amazing and beautiful, was it? I watched the Winchester movie the other night. Who's in it? Oh, her name's gone out of my head. What's the actress? Oh, what's the actress that's in the Winchester film? I can see her. Oh, what's her name? If anybody knows, please let me know, because that's going to bug me. Have you seen the old Fright Night film Vampire, 1985 cheesy? Who's in it? I've seen a few cheesy vampire ones. Oh, thanks, Stephen. Wow, we've got somebody else in from Canada. That's cool. Hi, Mo. Lovely to see you. Bye, comic book guy. Thank you for being here. Oh, thank you, Mo. Don't call me Shirley. Yeah, that was Airplane, wasn't it? That's a great film. Oh, you're still here, James. Have you go and get your lunch? Yeah, farewell. Take care. Yeah, I'm going to as well now, David. Nice to see everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. And this is the last live stream on the vertical thing for that challenge. So I've got that Zoom call with the YouTube people tomorrow. So I'll see what that means, whether they're going to set us any more challenges. But thanks for joining me on them. And yeah, I'll let you know what happens. So take care, everyone. Next video, Sunday morning, 10 o'clock, of course, premiere. All right, take care, everyone. Bye.